Hey there, Drop here. I wanted to interrupt just for a minute to tell you about my family's hotel, Travelers Beach Resort. We are a 60-room Jamaican-owned and operated hotel located on the world-famous 7-mile white sand beach of Negril, Jamaica. My father started this property back in '94, and myself and my brothers Winfield and Wingate took over in 2011 after my father retired. Recently, we've made some upgrades to the property, particularly to our rooms. They've been redesigned and reimagined with comfort and style at the forefront. The textures, the light, the layout, each space was designed with intention, balancing modern touches with the familiar spirit of travelers. Our deluxe rooms and suites, which you are seeing on your screen now, have gone through an incredible transformation. We now have 2-bedroom suites available for your accommodations next time you're in Negril. We're especially proud of our gym. It's designed to give you a high-quality workout experience with premium equipment, plenty of space, and an energizing atmosphere. Our lounge has become one of the more popular public spaces, perfect for a family game night or catching the big game. Of course, our restaurant and bar is located right on the beach, so you can enjoy the most beautiful sunsets in the world. We look forward to welcoming you home. For more information, please visit www.tbr.travel.
Welcome home.
This podcast is supported by Discovery Water. Whether I'm working or training, I reach for Discovery Water. 100% premium Jamaican spring water. Bottled in glass, no plastic, no gimmicks. Refill, not landfill. Just clean, natural hydration from right here on the island. What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. Trying to make it a happy Sunday, at least. Thank you all for joining the stream. A little bit different than our normal streams, of course. We have a lot going on here, as you might imagine. I wanted to take this stream and dedicate it to just giving you all some updates with what's happening here in Jamaica, particularly here in the West, in Negril, on the 7-mile white sand beach of Negril. And just to let you know what our plans are, what we've been doing, what our expectations are in respect to the next few days. And my goal is to try to keep you all as updated as possible throughout this ordeal. And the ordeal, of course, I'm talking about is Hurricane Melissa, which is right on our doorsteps right now. And it's constantly shifting. It's constantly moving. And this is something that we've been taking very, very seriously since we first heard about it. We were in Kingston. When I say we, me, my family, my brothers were in Kingston last weekend for Heroes Weekend and celebration of our great family friend Dennis Hawthorne getting his Order of Distinction. And that's when the news started to break. We even cut our trip short to leave Kingston to come back to Negril to start the preparations. And we haven't been holding back at all. And it's kind of also one of those things. Me and my brothers and my dad, we were having breakfast this morning, and we've been doing it for so many days, been hearing about it for so many days. And I know a lot of people feel this Melissa fatigue, but it's just so important to us. And I would advise those others out there who are being affected by this to not give into that fatigue and to really stay steadfast, because this thing is moving very, very slowly and constantly doing shifts. Like almost every morning that I've woken up, the trajectory has changed, the intensity has changed, where the impact is going to be on Jamaica has changed. And we are, again, taking it so seriously. And even when we first heard and we're looking at the trajectory, it was basically, we saw it was coming to Negril, going to hit Negril. Those trajectories have shifted and gone to the east, but there's, not that I don't believe it, but I'm not, and here, travelers, we are not acting as if it's not coming to Negril. We are still preparing and putting ourselves in a position as if Hurricane Melissa is going to give us a direct hit to Negril. I don't see any benefit to assuming that it's going to impact another part of the island. I saw, a lot of people, unfortunately, on the news who believe or don't believe that Melissa is coming here, that this hurricane is coming here, which is just, it's just really, really sad to see. And you could tell they were just it wasn't like bravado or they were trying to be controversial or anything like that. I mean, maybe it is bravado, but they truly believed in their hearts that, hey, this thing is not coming here, and they have made zero preparation whatsoever. And this is, I mean, it was just heartbreaking to see. And this thing is like so serious, so serious. But let's start off with our normal protocol, and let me know where you're chiming in from, what city, what state, what country. And if you're in Jamaica and you're chiming in, please let me know what part, and also let me know what is happening where you are, just so we can kind of assess where, with how things are going on in other parts of the island. I can tell you here, and maybe we'll do. I'm going to see if I could set it up so I can take a walk around the property here and show you what's happening on the beach. But I could tell you right now, it is 2:35 p.m. on Sunday, 26th of October, and it's nice outside. If you go to my Instagram stories right now, I think I put it up about 2 o'clock, 2:08, and the sun is shining. People are in the sea. People are at our pool. Music is playing. They're enjoying themselves, and you would not expect and you would not think that something as devastating as Melissa is on its ways, but on its way. But you better believe that it is, and everybody, even some of our guests are in the water right now. They're at the pool. Everybody's aware. We've been shooting communication to them constantly, with with letters under their doors. We also have started a WhatsApp group amongst all our guests and the team members here at Travelers, so we are all in communication. And for those who are watching, maybe they have businesses or they have hotel properties. I think that's a great idea for you to consider doing in terms of staying in touch with your guest or with your employees, is start that WhatsApp group. And I think that would be very helpful, because our strategy here, I always call the lobby here at Travelers, that's our Alamo. But people are still going to be in their rooms, and we're going to be probably from tomorrow's Monday, into Tuesday night, which is going to, from what we're being told, into Tuesday. When I say Tuesday night, Tuesday morning, right until I think 7 o'clock. They're saying now. See, it's always shifting. That is going to be the most dangerous part of the storm passing through. And so it's full shelter in place here at Travelers. We also don't know what the communications are going to be like. And hopefully our networks hold up. When I say, like, our internal Wi-Fi networks hold up here at Travelers, but there's no guarantee. But at least we have the WhatsApp group. There will be no movements, I would say, tomorrow night, probably right through Tuesday. And this is a long event. This is a marathon, really starting early Tuesday morning. Like, when I say early Tuesday morning, like 1, 2 a.m. in the morning. Probably going. I'm preparing mentally to go right through until Wednesday. And that is something that has never been experienced by anybody in this country, and nobody has experienced that before, at least here in Jamaica. This is like extremely historic, and that's the way that I'm looking at it. Our team is looking at it. And again, unfortunately, talking to a lot of people here, Jamaican, and you'll see it on social media. A lot of Jamaicans are saying, "Oh, I've been through Gilbert, I've been through Ivan, I've been through all this." Like, this is not the same. Like, people don't understand that. Like, this is not the same. Nobody has this experience. Nobody has this experience. Nobody has been through this before. Nobody has been through a Category 4 storm that is going to last 2 days, 2 full days. Nobody has that experience. And so, to come into this and to think that what's going to happen, that you can anticipate what's going to happen, and that your confidence is so high because you've been through X storm or whatever storm. It is a faulty mindset ideology to have in a situation like this. There is no benefit. There is no benefit to thinking like that at all. And I see it so much on social media. I see it so much here, and just trying to convince people like this is extremely dangerous. And you guys know me. I'm a very practical person. Like, I'm not going to sensationalize anything. I'm not going to do that, even within my team here, with my family. And there is no benefit. I don't see any benefit to not taking this thing seriously. It's mind boggling to me. And mind you, that is just the storm. And when I say quote, I put just in quotations, that's just the storm. That's the most dangerous part. But remember, we have an aftermath to go through. We will get through it without question. I'm very confident in that. But it's how prepared are we to get through the first few weeks, and I dare say months. I think for many people, this is going to be months and months and months of recovery, and we don't know what that looks like. We have no clue what that looks like, and I think we have to mentally prepare us for worst case scenario. And in many regards and in many respects, this is worst case scenario for Jamaica. It does not get much worse than this. It really does not. And I can't emphasize. Is that my phone? That is my phone. I can't emphasize enough how important it is. It should be to take this really really seriously. And so, if you have friends and you have family out there who are here in Jamaica that maintain that sort of same attitude and d- is speaking like that and like really not a good idea, and I would do your best to convince them otherwise. You can send them this pod, you can send it like whatever it takes. I also saw that there are a lot of people in let's call it evacuation zones. Some people are choosing to stay. Oh, again, heartbreaking because it's just like you see what's happening. We know the science. We know like there is just no getting away from this thing, and it's just like please be smart. Please be smart about it. This is like the risk of staying and the risk of putting yourself and your family in these situations. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And so everybody's going to have to make their own decision at the end of the day, and I just hope that they are. And the other thing I also think is sad, and this is like my interpretation, like you just see like a great sense of mistrust in this information. And when I say this information, this is like direct information that is coming from all of these institutions around the world, coming from the Jamaican government. And even one dude on the news was just like, "Oh, this is a conspiracy to get us to go buy supplies." And I'm just like, "Oh my God, what are you talking about, dude? Like, this is not that. This is not that." And I'm like, okay, and I'm sorry, it's my own live stream. People are gonna think what they want and do what they want at the end of the day. But yeah. I mean, really, 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 really tough to see, really tough to hear this sort of thing. Um, let's go through some comments real quick. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna do this stream for like a couple of hours. There's a couple of sites that I want to go to and share with you all that I think will be helpful out there, and for you all to keep up with what's happening here. Let's go to the comments quickly, and then we'll get back. What's going on, Donna? What's going on, Chris? Nice to see everybody. All the usual throppers. Mon Taylor, Grand Evening from London. Clocks went back. Okay, cool. Wasn't even aware of that. Twanger. You just got back from Negril a couple weeks ago. Hopefully all is good. Thank you. Aaliyah, good to see you. Vivine, what's going on? Let's hope for the best during this time. Absolutely. Jeff Rogerson, appreciate you. Appreciate the donations. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Jeff, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Donna Bryce, Justin, thank you for the donation. Thank you very, very much. Glued to see Jamaica webcams on YouTube and the one at Coca La Palm. Michaela what's going on? Thanks for joining. Paula Hythrop, hope all is well in Jamaica. London boy, what's going on? Greetings from London. Yahiru. Adrian, praying for all in harm's way. Thank you very much. Jay Fitz, Hythrop, thanks for keeping us up to date. You got it. Mon Taylor, pray for no loss of life. Hurricane Melissa. Yeah, it's just with these things. That's like the scariest part. And when you're like, man, it's just so terrible. It's just like what's about to come here. And I just hope people and you're starting to see more activity, at least today, here in Negril. The line at the gas station was down the block and around the corner. Hardware store, a lot of people out there. And I don't know, people have just been waiting. And I'm just glad that people are doing something. We here in the West, we probably have the rest of today, maybe tomorrow morning, at least again, according to the information that we have right now at this point in time. Like I said, you would not, if you go outside right now, the sun is shining. We're having intermittent rain. It's not even rain. It's like a very light shower. That's happened, I think, twice since I've been here this morning at Travelers. And other than that, you just think it's an overcast day with some sunshine coming through here and there. And this was a normal Sunday in Negril, but obviously it's definitely not. But like I said, we are not fooled by that. We are not being tricked by that. We are continuing with our storm preparations as if we're anticipating, we're playing as if we are going to take a direct hit here in Negril. Aaliyah, thanks for the updates. You're welcome. Aunties, thanks for keeping us up to date. You're welcome. Rowan, what's going on? Thanks for chiming in. Out of many, Olaf from Miami, stay safe, you and your family. Thank you for that. Patricia, J.A., praying for Jamaica. Thank you. Latia, please be safe and keep everyone safe. Your father, your brothers, resort staff, everybody, please be safe. Thank you for that. Definitely will be. Dee Dee chiming in from Winnipeg, Canada. None of your business. Stay safe from Toronto. Thank you. Auntie's chiming in from London. Nicole, Ontario, Canada, praying for Jamaica. Rude Boy. I Throp chiming in from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, in the house. Watching from Ottawa. Thanks, Donna. Carmen, thank you for the update. Carmen from Canada. Joshua, what's going on? Keeping you and my people in my thoughts and prayers. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. My prayers are with you, Rude Boy. Thank you. Appreciate it. More than Conqueror Christie chiming in from Memphis, Tennessee. BRC chiming in from England. Good to see you, Dr. Donna, here in Runaway Bay with family. How's it going over there, Donna? How are things in Runaway Bay? How's the weather? Would love to hear. Jan's in Kingston, thick gray sky, light rain all day, no wind yet. Okay, good to hear. There, and for those who don't know how Jamaica is laid out, which we'll get to the map shortly, that's where the storm is coming first, which is the east. And so the storm is, I don't know where it is right now. Let me not say, but they're going to feel it before us here in the west. Tisha, what's going on? Hi, Throp and Throppers, watching and praying from Florida. Donna Bryce, so strange, a coincidence, 31 years between Hurricane Charlie and Hurricane Gilbert, now 31 years between Gilbert and Melissa. Nicole chiming in from California. Good to see you. Strong Island in the building. What's going on, Chris? Lisa Palmer watching from Orlando area of Florida. Family are in Westmoreland, St. James, and St. Andrew. Arlene, pray for the safety of you and your guests. Bless and protect everyone. Thank you very much for that, Arlene. Allison Hogg, hi from Allison in Creighton, London. Thinking of everyone on the rock. Thank you very much, Allison. Georgina, hi Throp, watching from the DMV. Follow the hurricane protocol, everyone, and stay safe. Yes, that's like a good reminder. Like if you are staying at a hotel and you're watching this from a hotel or wherever you are, just like listen to the team members there. Like so important. Going back to my experience with Beryl last year in July, we had some guests that just didn't listen. Thankfully, thank God, nothing happened. Nobody got hurt, that sort of thing. But it's just one of those things. It's like, please listen to your leadership. And if it's shelter in place. It's not worth the risk. It's a selfish thing to do because if you get hurt or something happens, everybody around you will have to take care of you. And also keep in mind, there will be extremely limited resources, and the island is going to have, throughout the island, I should say, it's going to have different experiences of severity, if you will. And there are going to be some places that are worse than others. And without question, there are going to be a reallocation of resources depending upon the demand that is needed. And so don't be somebody that contributes to that in any way. Don't take the risk for whatever it may be. And I remember last year during Beryl, and I'll keep telling this story. I remember reading this news story, unfortunately, very, very sad situation where this wife and mother, they were in their house. She was in their house. The Wi-Fi went down and she went outside to fix something and a tree fell on her and she lost her life. And it's just like one of those things. It's like, we'll get to it later. We'll get to it later. Don't worry about it. Electricity goes down, Wi-Fi goes down. Like, leave it, leave it. You can survive without it for a few hours a day, 2 days, whatever have you. Leave it. We don't want to hear these stories. We don't want to hear these stories. Honestly, we don't want to hear these stories of people taking unnecessary risks for things that are meaningless at the end of the day. Lisa Lindberg, hi from Sweden. Thanks for chiming in. Aaliyah, if you're not, watch and pray. Aaliyah K says, hi, Throp. I'm watching from London, wishing you safety. I almost booked to stay at your hotel from Thursday. That just passed. Glad I didn't, as I would probably be a solo travel for you to worry. Good call. Good call. I mean, and that's what we've been trying to do here at Travelers. Like the entirety of last week is like our goal, like literally was trying to convince people to leave and check out of our hotel, go home, full refund, no problem. And we stopped taking our reservations, I think, from Tuesday. We completely blocked it out I almost want to say it was Tuesday. And that has been our strategy and trying to convince people to go home. There are some folks who decided that, no, they're going to batten down the hatches and go through with it. And some people got stuck here. But, a lot of people they think initially about the initial excitement, if you will, of the storm. But it's going to, and this is where my experience has been too, is just like, it's going to be very uncomfortable afterwards. It's going to be very uncomfortable. There's no guarantee for electricity. There's no guarantee for electricity coming back in a matter of days, a matter of weeks, months. We don't know. We don't know. Access to roads. We don't know what the airport. We don't know what the condition of the airport. That's Norman Manley and Sangsters International Airport. We don't know what's going to happen there. Can we get to the airport? What the water supply is going to be like? We have no clue. So you got to prepare for the worst. And this is we were almost trying to scare people into leaving because this is a very, very scary situation. A lot of people eventually listened to us and went home, and it was for the best. It was for the best because we don't know what we're about to face here. We have not a clue. Maybe not. Maybe we have a clue, but we don't know from experience. We have not gone through this before. Linda M, good afternoon, Throp. Prayers from Texas. Thank you for that. Aaliyah K, about wishing you the best out of many. Take all precautions. My people don't play heroes or Shiris. Protect your family and help your neighbors. That's right. Donna Bryce, I've been through Gilbert and I don't know that this is not this, and I know this is not the same at all. Thank you. And this should be the attitude. This should be the exact attitude that we have. This is not the same. This is not the same. This is not the same. I don't think it's going to even be close. I really don't. Donna Lou Lloyd, praying for your angels of light and mercy cover you all, the beautiful people of Jamaica. Thank you very much for that, Donna. I appreciate that. Anna Baker, prayers from New York. Leah, take no chances. That's right. Owen, stay safe, Throp. Thank you again, Justin. Appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. For everyone in Jamaica, thank you. Lorene, feeling nervous, praying for my family and my Jamaican people in the country. Owen says Jamaica will rebound with God's help and guidance. That's right. Donna Lou, we live in South Florida. Hurricane Andrew, please, everyone, stay safe. Take all the precautions. Yeah, my mom was in Florida for Hurricane Andrew. I remember that. Crazy. I remember she telling me like she was in the bathtub and the roof just came off. So here we go. Ali, what has never happened before? Elias Gaming from the Dominican Republic. Take care of yourselves, brothers from Jamaica, and seek safe refuge. What is going to happen to your island is terrible. Thank you, DR. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Georgina Jarrett, Gilbert killed all the excitement my first week of high school. There you go. I know what you mean by the excitement. I know what you mean by the excitement. You are sending prayers for everyone in Jamaica. Thank you, Alex. Praying for Jamaica from Germany. Stay safe. Thank you. Marveline Grant. am here in the US and my stubborn brother doesn't want to leave his home and it's totally not safe. I just have to prepare for whatever happens to him, still hoping for the best. Oh my goodness. I really hope it's a concrete structure. I hope it's not in a low lying flood prone area. And we wish him the best as well. You know, some people are extremely stubborn, very, very stubborn, and very, very selfish, extremely, extremely selfish. And you know, sorry to talk about your brother like that, but it's just really bad when people act that way and makes you nervous and makes you worry. In addition to whatever is about to come, so I'm sorry to hear that. Diane, watching from Winnipeg, thanks for sharing all the info. For anxious foreigners like me, wishing the best to you and the island. Thank you very much. Faye Brown, all the best through the hurricane. Are there still guests at your hotel? Yes, there are. There are still guests here. And of course, we're going to take care of them, make sure that they're okay, make sure that they're safe, as comfortable as humanly possible. And we've been through things like this before. In terms, and when I say things like this, I'm thinking about like the post hurricane, what happens afterwards, and it really is an all for one and one for all situation. That includes team members here, travelers. We have a lot of our team members staying over as well, and really, really appreciate them for that. You know, and shout outs to the travelers team for being a part of this and always willing to step up to the plate because this stuff is not easy, and we don't know what we're about to walk into here. Punty, big up, enough big up drop from Markham, Canada. Only good wishes to my peeps in Jamaica. Thank you very much. Sharon chiming in from Georgia. Prayers for all. Thank you. Alex, the updated NOAA forecast is frightening. We're about to get into that. I just saw it come out. We're going to watch Mr. Weatherman in a little bit. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Mr. Weatherman. Kitty Cat, God bless you from Florida. Thank you. Essence, praying for all of Jamaica's safety. Jamaica strong. Lisa Palmer, praying for everyone on our beloved island. Please stay safe. Thank you so much for doing this live. It helps a lot. You're welcome. Jeff, what's going on? Thoughts and prayers are with you and the people of Jamaica. We will be following all you reports, all the reports. Lorene, when I was young in high school, we learned about Port Royal. Rowan Key wanted to come to Jamaica in a few weeks. Hopefully we can. Best of luck to you. Thank you very much. Peter Morris, blessings from London. May God be with my fellow Jamaicans. Karen G, praying for you all. Throp, God, go before you. Thanks for keeping us updated. You're welcome. Adrian, what are the projections of the storm surge from hurricane from the south coast, Kingston versus the north coast, Mobay, Negril? So from what the last report I saw was this morning. From what I saw, and maybe some people can update it in the comments, it was 6 meters on the high side in Kingston. It could be more. And then here we were at about a meter. So I don't know. That could have very much changed. That could be a lot worse now. But that was this morning when I first woke up. Donna Bryce says, Flor Cubana is live now from Portland. Third day of solid rain there so far. Wow. Yeah, that's the easternmost part of the island, you know, so they're going to get it. They're going to get it first. They're going to get it first over there. Pauline, hey, Throp. My prayers are with you, your family, and as well as my home island. May God be our shelter in this time of storm. Thank you for that. Jeff Stowe, take care, y'all. Prayers to Jamaica from Arkansas. Thank you very much. Sharon, hi, Throp. We're praying for Jamaica during this time. God is in control from UK. Thank you. Lisa, I'm praying for everyone from Ontario, Canada. Georgina, thank you again for the donation. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jack Girl, watching from Philadelphia, thinking of you all. Stay safe. Thank you. Metro Atlanta Real Estate. Blessed Sunday, Throp and Throppers. Prayers for Jamaica and noblest of life, if possible. Material things can be replaced, but life is priceless. That's right. That's right. Father Powell, in your move to being successful, do you accentuate the positive and not feed the negative? Yes. Steamed Aki with curry. Them clean out the stores. No more red stripe beer left. Jano, Star, how may I get through this? No more red stripe. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear. Sorry to hear. Essence, thank you for the updates and the scene footage. Good reporting. Violet B, stay safe. Ride out the storm. Thank you. Donna Bryce, keeping you and your family and staff and travelers in my prayers. Thank you. Raphael, greetings from Delaware. We postponed our trip to travelers by 2 weeks to November. Wishing you all the best down there. Prayers up. Thank you very much. And we're looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks there, Raphael. Penny Ford, thank you so much for the donation. Really, really appreciate it. Greetings from Germany. Scheduled to come to Negril in 3 weeks. I pray God's hand of protection over the land and people of Jamaica. Thank you for your channel. I plan to visit your resort when I'm there. I look forward to seeing you, Penny, in a few weeks, and we'll be ready for you one way or another. Sky chiming in from Tampa Bay. Prayers for all. Thank you. Violet watching from Toronto, Canada. Ricardo Fullerton, what's going on, man? Praying for everyone back home. Stay safe. Thanks for keeping us up to date. Updated. You're welcome. Kayla Flair, praying for Jamaica from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Thank you. Cam Rose, thanks for the updates. All right. Thank you, everybody. We're going to get into, let me see if I got any other. Darnell, thank you so much, my man. Appreciate it. Much, much, much appreciated. Praying for you. Throp, stay safe, brother. Thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it. All right. Just going to do a few more comments here, and then we'll get back to the agenda. Carol, I've just heard from another channel that it is around 80 miles from Kingston. How fast is moving in? Hoping that it calms and moves back into the sea. Prayers for everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. A few more comments here. Queen G, hi Throp. Your hotel is one of my favorite. Prayers up for you and the rest of Jamaica. I will stay optimistic and hope there will be a minimum damage. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Throp reading Patois is always funny. It's always funny to me too. Trust me. All right, all right. Okay. So where should we take it next? I think I got a few links that I want to share here. I'll also say, we're less than 3 weeks away from ThropX, and it's, again, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows where things are going to be? Have no clue. As far as I'm concerned, we're still having ThropX. We're still moving forward with it, and it's obviously, I mean, maybe not obviously, but in my mind at least, it's going to be very different. This obviously was not planned. We did not prepare for this, but it's going to be different. The whole vibe is going to be different, because Jamaica is going to be different. Jamaica is definitely going to be different. Sorry, we got a few links that we want to visit here. All right, so we're going to go to... All right, so I want to preface this by saying that I'm obviously not a weather expert by any means, and this is me in my layman terms. I know, and as I am as good as 99.9% of you out there in terms of reading and understanding this. So this is like the main tracking website app that we have been using. And so I just kind of want to go through where I wish it showed what it was projecting, because it's changed the projection. Okay, so let's see if we got radar, topography, precipitation. Yeah, let's do precipitation. Should we do wind? No, we could take that off. That's a little distracting. How do we take that off? Okay, I can't take that off. Sorry, we're gonna have to live with that. I don't know how to take that off. Okay, so this is like a one of the best websites that I saw, which is Zoom Earth. and it shows. Oh God, sorry, I'm just all right. This is probably the easiest to look at, and it just kind of shows the path that Melissa's projected to take. And of course, us here in Jamaica, one of the main things that we are focusing on is where is the impact going to be. And initially, and again, this is why I was saying before that we thought that we were anticipating a direct hit to Negril, because this actually stretched all the way out here and then went up maybe slightly outside of Negril, but some of the models were showing direct hits to Negril. And since we saw that, we were like, okay, we're getting this category 4, possibly category 5 hits. And we have been taking every precaution. I could tell you here at Travelers, like I've said this before, I've been through, this is probably my 6th hurricane, I want to say. At least my 6th hurricane that I've been through. I'm sure if I sit down and think, I can go through all of them. And we've always taken them seriously, but by far, by a large stretch, this is the most serious we have taken any hurricane. We in terms of the time out from the hurricane that we've in terms of putting energy into this, the resources, the planning, the most that we've put into it, and rightfully so. This is also the first hurricane that all me and my brothers, all 3 of us, are here for. And without a doubt, it's taking all 3 of us to put together ourselves and get ready for this hurricane. And all of our experience is playing into this and is going to help us get past this, right? And again, from that first day, we thought this thing was coming out here and moving up here, and against a lot of the models were showing a direct hit to Negril. And now, and then yesterday, and this is kind of just to show you, like, I think it's important to understand our day-to-day mindsets here, right? And also where the potential Melissa fatigue could set in. And it's important to be disciplined and not allow that to take over and have you give up, or even worse, make you put your guard down, especially with the sun shining outside and it being beautiful weather and people are in the sea and people are in the pool right now. Can't allow that to distract us. Can't allow that to become complacent, because it's going to be extremely violent. And I was telling my brothers that this morning, going through Beryl last year. I was the only one here last year. And it was a very, very violent experience with the wind. How I can't even explain to you. I don't even know how else to describe what howling sounds like. The howling wind. It's unlike anything that I heard. If you've watched my live stream from Beryl last year, I went out into the storm at one point. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but I did. And what scared me away and made me run back to shelter was that freaking, like, the gusts were crazy. I don't know how many miles per hour that was. I hope it was 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like at least I could say, like, I literally felt what 100-mile-an-hour wind gust it felt like. And if we're expecting 120 to 130 in Negril, it's going to be insane. I don't know what 100-mile-an-hour sustained winds feels like. I don't know what that feels like. I know what that gust feels like. But sustained 100-mile-an-hour winds, it's insane. And mind you, Beryl moved very quickly. And I think that that's the thing that people are not understanding with this. And for especially those folks who have been through a Gilbert or an Ivan, those storms move much quicker. And I would say the climax of the experience that I had with Beryl was less than an hour. I can't imagine. I can't imagine to feel that power on a consistent basis for literally a day to 2 days. I can't imagine, but we're going to find out soon. We're going to find out really, really soon. And this is the difference that I think a lot of these people, folks who are overconfident about what's about to come and who are not taking this seriously because they have gone through a previous storm before and they said it can't be worse. Oh, it was a 3, it was a 4. We're talking about a high 4 to a 5
Category 5 for 2 days. This is going to be this is already historic. Already historic. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it. Anyway, let's get back to this map here. So yesterday when I woke up, this line was east of Ocherius. This was east of Ocherius. And it was almost, I want to say it was almost a Kingston. I've started to screenshot, so I'm not on my phone, so I'm not relying off of memory here. But it was much closer over here, and you can see it shifted. And so as far as I'm concerned, so this cone right here, this cone is basically, excuse me, oh, it says it right here, the cone of uncertainty. That's exactly what this is. This is the cone of uncertainty. So this basically is saying that the impact of this storm in terms of when it hits Jamaica and the path that it takes could be from all the way over here in the west to all the way over here in the east. We don't know. So I'm not taking this as gospel. This is an average. This is an average of all of these models and saying that this is where they think it's going to go as of now. I guarantee you this is not going to be where it hits. Guarantee you this is not going to be it, because it's changed every single morning I've woken up, every single day. And we were talking about this morning. If this like all of a sudden is going west, and then just all of a sudden decides to make this sharp turn north out of nowhere, again, I'm a layman. I don't understand the science behind this. I don't understand the weather behind this, but I'm not banking on this turning here. For somebody who lives here in Negril, who's here right now, I'm not banking on this just making this extreme turn north and letting my guard down in any way, shape, or form. We've seen this thing change so much. And also going back to my experience in Beryl, I can't remember exactly what it was, but like I remember we were getting information from one side of the island, like in terms of it coming this way, and then also looking at the news reports. Because remember, things went down. We had no communication. Cell phones were down. We had no internet. And so like the last communication, we thought it was going to miss us, right? And it wasn't coming this way. And then when it started to happen, we were like, yo, what is this? And then also the time in terms of how fast and how, like, that was off. So the experience of actually experiencing the storm compared to that of what is seen on these maps, it's going to be different. And even if you're paying attention to these weather people, they've been saying is that the wind speeds are probably actually higher than in the storm right now than what is being reported. I'm assuming there's a lag effect between the information that's happening in the storm to when they get it is different. I'm sure that is. So you almost have to anticipate, even if it's just a little bit more, but just anticipate like it's going to be closer, anticipate it's going to be a direct hit, and you just never know, the thing about this, this hitting here is just like, man, it's just almost like it's basically Treasure Beach, which is crazy. They got the worst. St. Elizabeth got the worst hit last year. Treasure Beach got the worst hit last year without question with Beryl. And, they're on the South Coast here, and it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be really tough. I haven't spoken to anybody out there after I get off this live. I'm definitely going to start making some phone calls and just hoping and praying for everybody, Whatever line this thing takes, I mean, it's going to be incredible. It's just, I don't even know what else to say. It's just going to be incredible. Really, really incredible. And, just got to keep preparing. Keep preparing as much as humanly possible. So I'm going to take that down for now. I want to do the updates. Let's get to some comments real quick. Doc Joe, Beryl moved quickly here in Southeast Texas, but it left a lot of damage. Yeah. And so speaking of damage, right? it's like you gotta expect the worst here. And I'm not wishing this on Jamaica, as Jamaica says that, goat mouth and all that. That's not it. We've seen the models. There's no escaping this thing. More or less, there's nothing we can do in respect to where this thing is going to go. Jamaica, this is an all island situation. Nobody's escaping this in any way. Like I said, there are going to be some parts of the island that's going to get worse than the other. And resources are going to be, I'm sure, going to be reallocated to the worst affected areas. But you got to prepare for. There are going to be places that are going to be out of power for months. This is what it is, and I don't mean to sound crass or anything like that. It's just it's important to mentally prepare yourself for that and what's going to happen. Of course, getting past the first phase, you're still in preparation mode. You still have time, especially here in the West. You still have time to get yourself in order. Listen to all, I think I have to say the Jamaican government is doing a really, really good job. If you're paying attention and if you're listening, they're doing a really good job of just getting information out. They're doing a really good job of telling you the right things to do. I think these are some things that people don't think about, specifically like get your medication, for an extended period of time. Just assume pharmacies are going to be closed. Assume that shipments may not be able to come in, that planes may not be able to come in. Assume the worst. So get more medication if you can. Put it in plastic bags. I think that's so smart. Same thing with your documents. Make sure you have them. Your passport, especially. Secure all this stuff. I think this is all really, really great advice and important advice. And then the most important stuff which is to get out of the worst situations, low-lying areas. The Mr. Weatherman, which we're going to watch in a moment here, he's been saying in showing on his map of Jamaica. It seems like he knows Jamaica. I think he's been here before. It seems like he knows Jamaica pretty well. But he's saying that there's low-lying, flood-prone areas. It's like, get out of those areas. You know them, and people know. If you've been there, you know what. It's now a matter of like, just listening and kind of putting your ego aside and going to a shelter or going to a family member's house, going somewhere safe, and just doing that. Really, really, really important. Really important. Nia TV lifestyle. And she's moving so slow. That's going to sit over the top of these islands. You guys in Jamaica, Dominican Republic, and Haiti, however, she travels. She's going to be sitting there moving so slowly. Yep, unfortunately. Joe, praying for safety for you, Throp, and your family. Thank you very much, Joe. Appreciate that. Lorene, this is the unknown. Please keep safe. Thank you for that. Thank you. You guys are getting it. This is definitely the unknown. Natalie says, I remember Hurricane Ike in Houston in 2008. The winds were 110 miles per hour. My prayer was to not let that roof fly off or let tree limbs or loose items become projectiles and could feel the wind very strongly. So that's the other thing. I don't think people have time for this. Thank you for the opportunity to even discuss this, Natalie. And this is just learning from our experience. Me and my brothers came together. We all have hurricane experience. We walked the property and we just had honest conversations with ourselves and with the situation that we're dealing with, and just to understand our vulnerabilities, the property's vulnerabilities or vulnerabilities in the plan. And it's just like very important to have these very frank conversations. There's no room for overconfidence. There's no room for, hey, I know this, I have this experience, I've gone through. There's no room for that at all. And it's a very, very, very dangerous attitude to have. And in situations like this, it's like overconfidence it really jeopardizes lives, and ego, can get you in some really, really big trouble here, and it's unnecessary. So with our vulnerabilities, like we knew from going from Beryl last year, our Seagate tree down by the water, down by the sea on the beach, I just remember like that it almost felt as if it was going to get uprooted, and the power of that wind, I cannot overemphasize that enough. It was freaking crazy. And we're about to go through 2 days of that right now. So what we decided to do is we did like crazy, crazy limbing. I mean, we cut our mango trees down, sea grape trees, our almond trees almost down to nothing, because we know the wind is going to catch that stuff and it also creates a danger with the limbs too. and that can fall on somebody. We're not that we're planning on allowing people to go and traverse the property, traverse the property while the storm is happening, but you just never know if there's something happens and you need to do this and need to do that. I can't think of a situation where we're going to purposely go in harm's way in the storm, but we wanted to be prepared as much as humanly possible. So we cut our trees, slim them way, 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 way down. And then also, it's when you think about the cleanup, it's going to be less to clean up as well. So we were very, very proactive with that. So if you come here to Travelers now, you're going to see a lot of trees limbed down, super, super slim. We know it's going to grow back. It'll be fine. Our mango tree will bear fruit again. Our sea grape tree will bear those very, very sweet grapes in August. I'm sure of it. But we wanted to take all these precautions. We did a whole bunch of sandbagging along the property. We have boarded up like never, ever, ever before. I mean, our restaurant, if you are familiar with our property, again, hopefully we can take a little walk in a little bit. If you're familiar with our property, we have we will have a completely boarded up our restaurant, like completely enclosed with ply. And we've never done that before for any storm. Usually we let it blow through. But this time it's different. All of our glass has been removed on the seafront. So there's no glass on our deck. There's no glass by our dive shop. The dive shop is completely boarded up with plywood. Our family room, our gym, all boarded up. There is no body staying in any of our cottages. Those are our wooden structures with the zinc roofs. No body staying in them whatsoever. Again, anticipating the worst. In our minds, those roofs are gone. Those roofs are going to go. It's never happened before. We in building them, we didn't anticipate something like this, but we're not willing to risk anybody's safety in being over there. So we have no guests there, no staff, no team members staying there. And put it this way, during Beryl, I was in one of those rooms. I was in a cottage, but we've decided like it's too risky. This is too dangerous of a storm. And those cottages have survived every single hurricane in Jamaica since, let's say 1995, since 1995. So put it that way. And this time around, we are not taking any risk whatsoever. Nobody's going to be staying in them. So, our lobby, like I was saying, that's our Alamo. There, nobody's going to be outside. If power goes out during the storm, that's it. Whatever happens. We'll figure it out later. We'll be fine. We can go a day or two, whatever it takes, as a hotel, as a property, and we're going to be sticking together with this. And we're just communication like crazy amongst our team and amongst the guests who are staying here. Vulnerability storm surge, best to get out of there. Definitely, if you guys were in Treasure Beach, we're gonna go through that shortly. Let's go to let's watch this video with Mr. Weatherman real quick. And like I said before, ThropX is still happening from the 16th to the 22nd, and this communication will get out to everybody who already booked their tickets. But it's just like one of those things, like you got to think. I'm thinking of like, we have this conference that's supposed to happen in about 3 weeks, right? And it's going to be different, some way, shape, or form. We don't know how the families of the speakers are going to be affected by this, because all of my speakers are Jamaicans living in Jamaica. They're not all Jamaican. They're living in Jamaica, mostly Jamaicans living in Jamaica. And we don't know how they are going to be affected by this. We don't know how their family is going to be affected by this. We don't know how their property is going to be affected by this. And so, without question, there's going to be impact on this. We don't know what roads are going to be like. We don't know whether we're going to have electricity or power up and running in certain parts of the island. And remember, we plan to go to the South Coast. We plan to go to Treasure Beach. And this is just reality, unfortunately, what we're facing with. And you know, praying for the best, hoping for the best with all of this. And you know, maybe some by the grace of God, this thing goes out to sea, and those people who didn't prepare and who were saying that I've been through this with Gilbert and everything, they can say, "Ha, I told you so." I hope so. I hope so. I really do hope so. I also, you know, I still have the event in New York. It's still happening on Saturday. You know, we're still doing the meetup. As far as I'm concerned, I'm booked to be in New York this weekend coming up, and we'll do our meetup. So if you are still interested in coming, the sign up link is below in the description. But we're open to all possibilities and to man, anything, you know, anything can happen. So I'm still, if people are still interested in coming to a brunch that we're hosting, that is going to be sponsored by VM, the Victoria Mutual Banking Building Society, excuse me. You can sign up. It's a free brunch. People had asked me, what's the cost and do they have to pay? You don't, sorry, you don't have to pay anything. It's going to be in Manhattan. We have the venue. If you want more information or if you want to come, just sign up with the link below and I will send you off the information. And all being well, fingers crossed, I will be there on Saturday. Like I said, I already booked my ticket. And right now, the plan is still to be in New York this weekend for the collaborative brunch, Throp X brunch, and a VM brunch on Saturday, November 1st. All right, so I haven't seen this video. This video came out like maybe 10 minutes before I went live here. So we're going to watch this together. We're going to watch it at normal speed because people were very upset, not upset, but people didn't like that I was watching this at 1.5x. And we're going to learn about this thing and where we are right now together. Hold on. I think I need to fix this sound here. Okay, it's already. Okay, should be good to go. Let me know if you can hear this and if the sound is okay. Nope. One sec.
'26, 2025. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields.
Okay, sorry. Let me do that at normal speed.
Thank you for being part of this weather community. I'm going to put out more and more updates even into tonight. If you subscribe, you'll be the first to get those updates. You'll know exactly when I put out updates on this. So thank you for being part of this weather community. Right now, again, watching this, a powerful hurricane. This is Melissa. It is a major.
And if you haven't already, please go subscribe to Mr. Weatherman right now. Please, please, please. This guy has been doing a phenomenal job, like literally God's work. Please sign up please go subscribe to him right now. He's doing really, really awesome work. Really, really awesome work. Kathy, I'll put the link in the comments. The link for the New York event is in the description. I'll put it in the comments in 1 second.
Hurricane. It is going to move right into Jamaica. There's nothing that's going to change it at this point. With that, we're getting into our safe locations. The weather has been worsening eastern end, some spots, not a whole lot, and grateful that we have a little more time in a few spots to prepare. With that, winds right now, we're at 140 miles per hour or 220 kilometers an hour. It is sitting almost due south, just about due south of Kingston, 180 kilometers south or 110 miles to the south of Kingston, Jamaica. It is moving slowly. It is moving to the west. It is on track west at about 7 kilometers an hour or 5 miles per hour. The pressure, 946. That is a number to watch. If you know nothing about the pressure, the lower it goes, the worse it is. 946 now. So when I join you again later on, we'll see where it stands. If there is a drop in that, that of course is a major concern. You can see the core of this. All of Jamaica, west, central, and east will experience hurricane force winds. All of Jamaica, it is going to move right in with a landfall very late Monday night. Looks like early on Tuesday. I want to show you that. I'm going to zoom down on this video with new maps and the winds. And then I want to take you out and show the winds as well. What happens next as we get into eastern Cuba, parts of the Bahamas and over the Turks and Caicos. But now is the last chance in Jamaica to get into your safe spot. For many, for most, it is most likely your home, and you may be taking in some others. Now, if you're going through this alone, know that this community is with you. We will lose touch. That's why I appreciate you sharing these videos right now. Cell service has been going down. It's been spotty in spots. So again, getting this information out right now so others can see it. Thank you for sharing the link to this because we are going to start to lose touch.
I'll also say one thing that we did that we've never done before that I think was very smart, and this is just if anybody else can do this and recommend this to friends and family in Jamaica, we know that Digicel is going to go down because their towers are above ground. Flow/cable and wireless, their wires are underground, and so we got Flow chips for everybody. Even though I have a Digicel, normally Digicel phone, Digicel plan, get Flow. If you can get a Flow chip, just have it as backup. Assume Digicel is going to go down. I would also assume Flow is going to go down, but it's have a backup. So everybody in my family, plus our team members here, everybody has chips, has both Flow and Digicel chips. It's not worth it. Such a good thing. It was just good thinking on the team members here to do that. And top up your credit from early and just put more than you think that you would need. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. You might not have internet. You might not be able to tap up before, in the next few days. So just put a little bit on your phone now if you can. Somebody says it's too late now. I don't know. Maybe you have access to get somewhere, or maybe somebody has an extra Flow chip. Do it. Unfortunately, you can't do eSIM anymore because you have to go into a Flow store, and the Flow stores have been closed since Friday, I believe. So just something to think about, just a last minute piece of advice. If you can figure out how to get a Flow chip, if you have Digicel, get it. If you have a Flow chip, figure out how you can get a Digicel chip. I know it's last minute, but just something to think about, something to consider in your strategy, preparedness plan, communication plan with this storm.
If you're alone, again, this weather community is with you. You are not alone. Thinking of the kids, as this moves in, there's going to be very dangerous sounds, especially at night. So kids, just think about everything that mom and dad, your loved ones have been doing to prepare you for this. And again, for everyone, it gets very scary, especially by tomorrow night with the sounds we're going to see. But thank you for helping each other with this and through this as we continue to watch this together. Here's kind of a different look at the radar. And you can see the eye. I know this is kind of a little grainy looking. The resolution's not as good. You could tell that I'm using everything I have behind the scenes. I have multiple resources, talking to folks on the ground from Haiti back toward Jamaica. Here's the eye of this. Most likely, this radar will eventually go down. I hope we can see it to get a good fix on it. But again, aircraft, the National Hurricane Center out of the United States is doing a very good job. The men and women getting into this, getting the readings, and you can see it here. It will continue to move west. And then it is going to be lifting to the north. And with that, it is going to bring the destructive winds across Jamaica. So here's the path. There's no route more to the east. There's no route more to the west. At this point, we're just kind of watching where it will eventually come on shore tomorrow night and into Tuesday. But all of Jamaica will get the hurricane winds, especially tomorrow night. And then into Tuesday, a long haul as we shelter in place together. We're going to be kind of where we need to be. We need to be where we need to be for this storm right now. We're going to be there for quite a while. I got you covered. I trust your judgment. Thank you for all you have done. I've been seeing it in the comments, just getting the word out. Then by Tuesday night, and this will be working its way into eastern Cuba. And then by Wednesday morning and later in the day, Wednesday, parts of the Bahamas and back through parts of the Turks and Caicos. And I'll highlight that. I'll highlight the winds in that as we go forward. Now, we take a look at this. Again, this will be a major hurricane at landfall, category 3 to category 5. Either way, most likely a category 4 or 5. The damage in that is pretty much the same. These storms kind of breathe. There's fluctuations. In big storms, there's actually eye wall replacements. You'll have the eye, then it's so strong, it kind of collapses and kind of actually temporarily falls apart as a new eye forms. So there's going to be fluctuations. As it collapses, it weakens, just a little bit. We're talking about like 10 miles per hour. And then a new eye kind of forms. The outer eye wall comes in and becomes the main eye wall. Maybe a little bit confusing, but I wanted to let you know that there will be some fluctuations in the strength. But either way, the major hurricane is coming. And it looks like major hurricane impacts for the southeastern coast of Cuba as well, and then maintaining hurricane strength. Now, here's the zoom down look at the winds force, miles per hour and kilometers on your screen. This is based on the American model, which is now doing exactly what all the models are doing. So this is basically all of the models. This is by the time we get into tomorrow morning, and you see here some of the reds getting into us. Those are the winds of about 70 miles per hour. The core of it to the south, again, moving to the west, right? This is a bad scenario because it just pushes all of the rain on top of us. We're going to constantly see the rain as we work our way through tomorrow. And then by tomorrow night, late in the day, conditions just get worse. Hurricane conditions move in. Here's the center of this. In this, winds at least of about 140 miles per hour. Those are higher gusts, and this really gives you a feel. You could put a pause on this. I mentioned no one's escaping the hurricane.
Yeah, I just want to put a pause on this real quick. Oh boy, 70 miles an hour. This is Tuesday, 4 a.m. It's gonna be a long night. And so that's the other thing, like I've been telling people too, is this is probably going to be your last night to get good sleep, honestly, for quite some time. I do not expect to sleep tomorrow night. It's just, I highly, highly doubt it. I've done this before, and looking at this time that this thing is hitting Jamaica, Tuesday, 4 a.m., it's going to be a long day. You know, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long day, and it's going to be horrific. It's going to be violent, and it's crazy. You know, very, 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 very crazy that this is happening, and this is coming to Jamaica. So, you know, for those folks who are out there who are in Jamaica, and we're about to go through this together, you know, I really recommend try to get your sleep tonight. You know, hydrate as much as you can, eat well, because it's going to be a long night tomorrow. It really, really is. And I'm not saying that to scare or put any further fear. You know, we're all scared at this point of what's to come because we've never experienced this before. But just really, I'm thinking just energy management, and you know, you just want to be in a good place mentally. I know people like to like have some drinks and stuff like that during times like this. I'm like, no. I want to be focused. I want to be able to make good decisions. I want to be well hydrated, and I just want to be just optimally ready to take this on, and then also to have the energy afterwards to deal with what none of us can truly anticipate what we're going to be facing and what the other side of this is going to look like. And there is going to be another side to this, right? And this is crazy what we're seeing here, and let's keep going.
Winds, the core of it right here, the winds are going to expand out again.
And again, like keep in mind where this is right. Mr. Weatherman here is saying, anticipating based on the information that we have currently now on Sunday, you know, whatever time that this video came out and this information came out, is like it's showing essentially a Black River impact. And I highly, highly doubt that's going to be I'm not saying that it can't or won't be, like, just in terms of the shifts that have been happening hour after hour, especially from one day to the next. You know, I'm sure it's narrowing down. I'm sure it's narrowing down. But I'm not going to be surprised if, like, hey, it's coming to Negril, or hey, it's going to Savo, or somewhere west of Black River, west of Treasure Beach, or even back to the east. You know, we just don't know. So that's why I keep saying, like, just everybody who's here and dealing with this, like, anticipate. If you're anywhere along this, just pretend as if like it's coming to you. And I'm not wishing this on anybody. I'm certainly not wishing this on myself by any stretch of the imagination. But whatever it's going to happen and whatever it's going to turn into, it's as we can see, like, this is all man-made, and we don't have control over this. Just because they say that it's going to be there, that in 2 days out or whatever it is, doesn't necessarily mean that is going to be it. And if even if you're in Morant Bay or you're in Kingston, don't let your guard down by any means. Don't let your guard down. We're not letting our guard down here in Negril. We're assuming the worst, because no matter what, this is going to be almost worst case scenario in some form or fashion.
Very far as the hurricane force winds in this, and then tomorrow night and early on Tuesday making landfall, maybe around 4 or 5 in the morning, and then pushing in near Treasure Beach. That's the center, but the center is not the whole thing with this. Again, it is a large system moving across. Then by Tuesday, you can see again the center of this by midday Tuesday lifting up just to the north of us, St. Anne's. That's the center. Still the hurricane force winds, though. Montego Bay, Falmouth, watching that all the way off toward the east, as this will eventually lift away, and still strong winds kind of coming in on the south side, even midday as we get into our southern sections on Milk River back toward Kingston, for example. We're going to see those strong winds that are still with us, and then eventually this will move out. So thankfully,
see, he said Milk River, and Milk River is not even on the map. So it just tells me, like, this guy really knows Jamaica. I just want to say that, which I think is pretty cool.
Love the platform of YouTube where you could go back, kind of pause that to get a feel. If anyone thinks this is not coming, show them this. This is exactly what, as a whole, we're going to see. Now, the eye may be near Black River. Maybe it'll be a little bit more toward Kingston. At this point, the destructive winds are going to be pushing in either way. So we're just kind of splitting hairs at this point, an old expression, just kind of seeing exactly where this comes on shore. So tonight, as we look at the winds, again, northern sections, not too bad. They just start to get gusty. If you get some bands of rain, that's where we have the wind gust. It'll be howling tonight in our southern sections, starting to pick up. We may see some winds as high as 80 miles per hour. But remember, it's not just shooting in right now. What we're going to see is it shooting off to the west, which what we've been talking about for days and days is kind of a worst case scenario, because it can maintain its strength or get stronger over water before it shoots in. And plus, with that westerly track, that just continues to work in the rain, which I'll show you these rain totals. So this is what we're looking at for tonight. Some of us not a whole lot, others dealing with at least some tropical storm conditions. Then tomorrow through the day, conditions go downhill, especially by tomorrow afternoon. We'll see this starting to lift in very close. It may be over here, maybe the center will be over here, maybe it'll be a little bit slower over here, but there's no escape route with this. It is going to be lifting in. So 100 to 150 mile per hour winds deeper into the day, especially by sunset, as this works in. Again, it's going to be a long haul. Even tomorrow, many of us tomorrow, the winds will pick up. We know that, right? The rain's going to pick up. We'll have the flooding, but many of us tomorrow are just going to kind of be waiting, like, it's not too bad. It's not too bad yet. It's not too bad. Then tomorrow night, that's when this really will lift in, right? The long duration that I've been talking about.
And I know that feeling, like, and I remember that with Beryl, like, you almost like, you're like, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? And because the wind is like, you'll feel these gusts and, the rain a little bit here and there. And then that ish hit. And I was like, okay, this is it. And I know that feeling. I know that feeling of anticipation. And you're just like, because a little something will happen here and there, and then all of a sudden it's just like this violent wind and rain, and the sound is crazy. And this is supposed to be worse, which is it's hard to imagine. It really is hard to imagine. This is Negril right here. This is Bloody Bay. Sorry, not Bloody Bay. This is Long Bay here. This is where Negril is here. And so I'm going to assume that we're going to be 100+ mile an hour winds here as it according to this right now. So this is Monday night and Tuesday AM. Yeah, over 100 miles. We're going to get a lot of wind. We're going to get a lot of very, very, very strong winds on this side.
Really been doing my best just to get out the proper information about this. And thank you for doing your part as well. Tomorrow night into early Tuesday, making landfall anywhere from about 4 in the morning to maybe 7, 8 in the morning. Again, could be over here in the center, could be over here, but the map I showed you before, those winds extend way out. So we're looking at winds of about 120 miles per hour near Black River and off toward the west, Montego Bay. hurricane conditions, winds around 100. Now, this is a little bit more to the west. Montego Bay, I may up these winds, right? This map, I just tweak a little bit. I'll make some changes best I can to fine tune this, but this is give or take 10, maybe 20 miles per hour, which is a big difference, but give or take that, this is the information. That's why I want you to share this information now before a lot of us start to lose power. A lot of folks start to lose power, cell service, that sort of thing as we go forward. And by the way, I'm out of Jamaica so that because it's my responsibility to get the information out best I can. And even down the road for Cuba and the Bahamas, I will try to get on the ground as soon as possible. In Jamaica, a lot of folks have been mentioning donations, that sort of thing. As we go forward, I will put up some links on that. I'm working with several teams actually in the Bahamas, in Cuba, and in Haiti. And I'm working on what we can do for Jamaica because there's going to be a lot of stuff out there. You know, sometimes there's bad places to donate to. We know about that. So I'll try to get that information. I'm just so focused on what's happening now before this comes in to try to help keep people safe best we can with this weather community. So this gives us a feel. Again, Monday night, Tuesday morning. Again, I mentioned to the kids, some distractions would be great. And let them know that I said, again, it is going to be scary at night, but remind them of all of the stuff we have been doing together, right? To try to stay safe as we go through this. This is why we do what we have been doing. Now, the core of this, I've shifted this just a little bit. Where the eye wall is, and I know it's scary stuff to pass along, there is going to be destruction, some weaker structures. There will be severe damage to the structures. We will see this. We saw this with Beryl as it rolled through St. Vincent and the Grenadines last year. It's going to be more like that. We did have Beryl impacting us in Jamaica, but it's going to be more of a scenario. Looks like a little bit more like Beryl, what happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're thinking just every storm is different, right? Every storm, once it's done, you're like, hey, that one brought this one brought that was different this way. Every storm kind of has its characteristic. This may be a little bit more like a Maria, what happened back in Puerto Rico. Again, this is not coming to Puerto Rico, but just to give you an idea of the strength of this, right? We're talking Gilbert, the storm back in 1951 in Jamaica, and it's going to be very similar, if not worse than that in some locations, just to give you the perspective so we can mentally prepare for this, right? We really need to mentally, you've done the preparation, we need to mentally prepare for the long haul. We're going to have power loss for weeks. I lost touch with one of our teams on the ground in Haiti. I was finally able to hear from them. I've got a great guy on the ground.
I just want to say that, again, go shoot him a sub, Mr. Weatherman. He's doing like an awesome job. Really, really appreciate this guy. Just give him a sub and a like. And I know he's going to put out probably another video before the day ends. And just like, let's just show him appreciation. Let's just show him as much appreciation as possible. There's 822 of us on this live stream right now. If we can go ahead and get him another 1,000 subs, if you aren't subscribed, that would be great. I know how it is as a YouTuber content creator, and I know he's putting a lot into this.
From Jacmel, he's been checking on the parishes in the southern coast of Haiti. He said the winds are getting stronger, so just trying to get in touch with everyone. But we may lose touch, could have power loss for weeks, if not longer. It could be months where this comes on shore. That means some isolation of communities, especially with the mudslides. But in this sector here, we could have gusts. I hope not. I hope the gusts are much less than this, but the gusts could be as high as 180. If this is a category 5, that would lend itself to gust of 180. If it's category 4, the gust would be more like 160 in the eye wall, okay? So this would be the high end. Always keeping it in perspective. I do this channel for safety. It is a no hype channel, keeping it in perspective. But these numbers are crazy high as a whole. We need to be safe best we can. We all have different means, but do what you need to do to stay safe through this. Then we look down the road, and I'll show you the progression of this in just a moment with the modeling. As we get into very far eastern Cuba, winds will be around 110 kilometers an hour or 170.
I'm going to skip this. Not that I don't care about Cuba or anything like that, but just going to focus on Jamaica for right now. Okay, here we go.
So it is a historic storm for Jamaica. That's just what it is. So that's what we're looking at for some of the rains. Closer look, and you can see here, really anywhere in this green shading, there's going to be isolated spots. Not all of us, but isolated spots that get up to 750 millimeters of rain or 30 inches of rain. Most will be running at about anywhere from 400 to 500 millimeters of rain. So in that case, we're looking at upwards of 20 inches of rain. Could be a little bit less less to the west, but we've seen more of a shift, which has been bad news, of a track kind of taking this, the center, closer to Treasure Beach. That would give all of us, again, those hurricane conditions, and almost all of us the heavy, life-threatening, and potentially catastrophic rain. So we have two huge issues with this. Obviously, the winds with this, but because of the track it's taking to the west, slowly, and then swinging to the north, and that gives us days and days of rain. So we're really seeing just horrific rain amounts out of this, along with the winds. Again, I really don't mean that to be scary. I'm just grateful for all you have done to try to prepare for this storm. And we'll get on the flip side of this, right? By the time we get deep into Tuesday and Wednesday morning, we'll turn the corner, we'll recover, and bounce back in many spots. Now, I'll be tracking this for the long haul, watching the rain amounts as we work our way to eastern Cuba. It'll be speeding up some here, right? So with that, we're looking at generally 250 millimeters of rain, and a sliver of that trying to creep up toward parts of the Bahamas where the center of it goes. Now, the storm surge, very significant. And again, even over toward Black River, high concern over here. If you've been through here, it's very low-lying areas, right? If you're familiar with this area. So with that, we're going to take on water with the surge. Same thing, even if the center's over here, this has a counterclockwise flow. So it just pushes in the water. The storm surge is the abnormal rise in the water. Of course, you have the waves on top of it, which I showed you the waves in the last video. But we're looking at about 2.5 to 4 meters of a surge right along much now of our southern coast. Again, I was expanding this out, much of our southern coast, keeping an eye on Westmoreland. If it shifts any more to the west, I may up the surge here. But either way, we've got the advanced warning with this. Again, these are the areas that we're going to see that water really pushing in. The surge is life-threatening. It is like the ocean coming in. It is the ocean coming in. It's not even like, it is the ocean coming in. So that's why we have to be out of these areas that are in through here. Again, it's not easy to get out of certain spots, but these are the spots in particular. You can put a pause on this if you need to see, watching the Kingston area. Here's the highway that kind of crosses over. You see that as we swing back towards Spanish Town, that water, and you can see just kind of funneling in. That's what we're going to have where we have these brighter colors. Here's Hunter's Village. Then we swing back toward Black River. Again, very low lying where that water could kind of feed in, especially if the center continues to shift a little bit more over toward the west. As we work our way back toward Negril, we will get a bit of a surge overall. It's not going to be as high as some other spots, but again, some of the low-lying areas, Montego Bay North Coast, we're looking at about a meter or so as well. So that's about 1 to 3 feet as we swing back toward Montego Bay. More of the onshore flow at times. We'll be seeing, of course, the coastal flooding. That's without a doubt all across Jamaica. We know that, but the surge, very life-threatening. Now, action mode, Crooked Island, really south through the Turks and Caicos and eastern Cuba. We're still protecting ourselves in Haiti, especially the southern peninsula, for the rain. And everything we have, all of the hurricane preps we've talked about through the years, what you would do if a big one is coming in. That's what we're doing now, right? And again, there's no doubt we're helping each other out. It is amazing to see in the comments. It is just very heartwarming to see how much people are helping each other out through this. Now, as we go out, the models all of the models bring this right into Jamaica. Forecast has really come together. I've been doing everything I can to get out the word with you. We do this channel together to get the word out. So thank you. They're moving right over eastern Cuba. Good agreement, southeastern Bahamas, northern Bahamas. This is not coming in. Freeport, New Providence, it's not coming in. Sometimes you see other entities that makes it seem like it's going to be the end of the world everywhere. I'd like to show you where it's not going. It's not going back toward the states and Florida. It's not shooting into the Gulf, Central America. It's not coming into Central America. So this is where it's going to go. Question marks for Bermuda down the road. We'll see as we get down the road. Here's Bermuda. Sometimes the modeling has it south, on top of, or just to the north as we get late into the upcoming week. That's something I'll be watching. This black line is most likely where it's going to go, right over Jamaica, with a dangerous, dangerous hurricane working its way toward Cuba a little bit more quickly, back through the Bahamas, some tropical storm impacts, Turks and Caicos, and then we'll see how close this gets to Bermuda. Bermuda should be weakening somewhat and moving quickly if it does pass by. So these same lines, this is a day out, 2 days out, we're going to see the fluctuations I mentioned, 140 miles per hour. Maybe it goes down to 130, maybe it goes down to 120, maybe it goes up to 160. As you hear these fluctuations, remind folks that is not, I don't want to say it's not a big deal, but 120 to 160 it is a powerful, powerful hurricane, and it will fluctuate. So it's not like it's weakening and going to fall apart. It's not like it's going to strengthen forever, but we're going to have those fluctuations. I hope, trust your judgment in understanding that, kind of passing it along to people. We're going to hear different things out there. The forecast is pretty much locked in from everything I'm showing you, and that's why I thank you for getting this information out. Now, here's the modeling on this. Here's the center of this. Again, for tonight, we get those rain bands working in, more rain bands working in with tropical storm conditions back toward parts of Haiti, still some additional flooding parts of the DR. And then as we move forward, you see here, not much movement. That's the problem. This is tomorrow morning, just filtering in more of the tropical storm conditions throughout much of Jamaica, not as much western zones. Again, it's kind of that calm before the storm. And then as we go through the day tomorrow, conditions will quickly go downhill as the center of this starts to work in. All of us are getting the catastrophic rain amounts starting to add up through the day. Tropical storm impacts first, and then deep into tomorrow, those hurricane impacts along the coast. And then tomorrow night, we get the hurricane impacts for all of Jamaica, one of the worst hurricanes we're going to have as this continues to move in. There's really no escaping this either way.
Yeah, and you can see that we're gonna right here, that's Negril again. We're gonna get the worst of it in terms of the wind. That is, he doesn't have the legend up, but very, 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 very strong winds. The strongest parts of the winds, at least the way the model is right now. And that's what I'm saying. We're preparing as if this thing is coming directly to Negril.
The center by 4 in the morning, just about pulling on shore, sometime around 4 or 5 in the morning. We'll see exactly where, but all of that red shading, that's the core of it. And again, we'll see how close the core of that gets to Montego Bay and Kingston. All of that moves in with it, the destructive, the damage we're going to see out of this. And then the center of it, by the time we get into midday Tuesday, just to the north, still impacts with it. It won't be until very late Tuesday that this really starts to move away. So we're looking at about 48 hours from now. I always try to find that end in sight. 48 hours from now, we'll get those improvements in Jamaica. Cuba, though, working its way in as we work our way late into Tuesday.
Boy.
And then as we work our way into Wednesday, sitting on top of the southeastern Bahamas near the Turks and Caicos, we'll see exactly where it goes. Even a little change in what happens here really is a bigger change. Is it a little bit more over here, a little bit more over here? We'll wait and see. But this is by Wednesday, and then pushing out into the Atlantic. And I track storms start to finish for you. I'll be watching Bermuda as well. Will not leave anyone hanging. I do my best to keep everyone covered. Now, looking at the winds, I showed you the zoom down look earlier. Here's kind of the broad look to show you just again how wide this wind field is. This is tonight, tropical storm and near hurricane conditions along the southern and southeast coast of Jamaica. Tropical storm conditions tonight in parts of Haiti. And then you see it, it moves to the west. And then it will move to the north. Why is it going to move to the north? Well, that system in the U.S. is moving by. There are reasons for that. There's a system in the U.S. that will eventually turn it, kind of lift it right up in. So deep into the day tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, some of us may be like, where is this storm? While others are obviously getting a lot of it. But then it all moves in tomorrow night with the center moving right across Jamaica. You could see it there. All of us with those hurricane impacts. Some of the impacts will differ depending on where the eye exactly comes in. But all of us, can't stress it enough, the hurricane impacts of a major powerful hurricane are coming in. Thank you for getting that messaging out there. It's not going anywhere. It is going to be right on top of us. This is Tuesday, and you still see the hurricane winds through midday for many of us in Jamaica. Then late on Tuesday night, that's when we'll see this extreme southeastern Cuba. For our friends in Cuba, as you're letting your family and friends know about this, it's not coming to central or western sections, extreme southeastern sections. And then Wednesday, working its way into the southeastern Bahamas. Not all of the Bahamas, extreme southeastern Bahamas. I'll keep an eye on the central Bahamas, though. And then the Turks and Caicos near hurricane force winds or tropical storm force winds on Wednesday. And then we'll be watching as we get down the road for Bermuda late in the upcoming week. So Jamaica, we are going to see where the core of this comes on shore. Catastrophic impacts with the flooding. It is not language I ever like to use, or I rarely use this language. Maybe it was the last time I did this was maybe with Helene, with what we were going to see in the United States with some of the flooding flooding back toward the Carolinas, but we may get stuck in place again. So as you talk to your loved ones, just let them know that communication may get cut off for a while. Obviously, power is going to go out for weeks, if not longer. We've seen that. Could be a couple months in spots, depending on how this shakes out. I always hope for good news, but I need to just let you know what I'm seeing out of this. The worst weather for Jamaica late Monday into very early Tuesday with that kind of overnight landfall, very early landfall in Jamaica with this system. And then we do get the improvements late in the day on Tuesday and Tuesday night. So tonight, a little bit of a scary night. Tomorrow, a very scary night. I know this community stands with you. We are behind you. Jamaica will get on the other side of this. Cuba watching you, Bahamas, and back toward the Turks and Caicos. I'll put out another update looking at any new information. Anything I see, I'll tweak the numbers. I'll let you know. But we're about to kind of get cut off with some communication in spots. So thank you for getting this information out there. And again, Jamaica, my heart is with you as you go through this, and we'll be watching this together. We've got you in this weather community. Please, please be safe.
Appreciate you, Brian. Yeah, didn't get any better than let's see if we could do this. Refresh. Yeah, didn't get any better than earlier today. Actually got worse. So, like I said, we'll see where this thing hits. I think tomorrow morning is going to be very different. Maybe not very different. Tomorrow morning is going to probably be a little bit more accurate in terms of where the impact is going to be. And, inches on this map, if you will, like an inch to the left, inch to the right, it's going to make the difference in so many people's lives, but like I said, damn, it just, did you guys see that? It just shifted again. It just shifted to the west. Yeah, it shifted to the west. It's moving closer to us. Yeah, it's crazy. You can't be surprised if it comes up this way or right here. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to. It's Cat 5 right there. Yeah, it's getting worse and worse in terms of the intensity. If you remember before, at least what I was seeing before, that it was gonna be a Cat 5 here and then switch to a Cat 4. Now it's saying going into Jamaica at a Cat 5 and leaving a Cat 4. That's what we're seeing here. And it shifted west. It shifted more closer to us here in Negril. But yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. Let's see. Let's go to Twitter here real quick. See if we're seeing any updated information. Trying to see if we see any of these. Not seeing a lot of those spaghetti charts anymore. Just seeing more of these cones. Yeah, not seeing any more spaghetti charts. Yeah, no new information. Pretty much the same, I would say. Let me just hit that real quick. Yeah, not seeing any real new information. Cat 4 out there, south of Jamaica. Ooh, it's looking like a real monster. All right, I think that's all I really have for right now. So I would say, like I was saying before, like my plan is to, and as far as keep you guys updated, I want to keep you as updated as humanly possible, and want to live stream. I'll live stream as much as I can. I'll live stream again tomorrow. I'll probably live stream from my phone. We'll I'm not going out there. Not gonna go out there. There's no point, especially it's going to be at night, where the worst is hitting early morning Tuesday, gone by Tuesday afternoon. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a long night tomorrow. For those who are out there who are going to be going through this, create your WhatsApp groups from now. Hopefully you're doing your last minute preparations with your water, your food, that sort of thing, and you're in a safe location and a safe structure, because this is going to be pretty serious. It's going to be really, really serious. I do have, somebody asked about drone footage. I actually do have drone footage. I can show you that. So I took some drone footage from today. Let's see if I can show you this. Okay, good. So this was from, I want to say this morning. Let me share it with you guys. Forget what time this morning, but this was from this morning. And as you can see, just looks like an overcast Sunday. Pretty nice day. This is going north. So this is the northern part of the beach. This is Booby Cay Island. This whole bay you're seeing here. This is Long Bay, and then beyond that, around there, that is Bloody Bay. So this is 5 miles, and then around there is 2 miles. That makes up the 7 miles. This is the Great Morass. There's a river there. I'm not sure if I got there. No, didn't get there. Let me put up another one. Some more drone footage. I couldn't get that high because the wind, the higher I went, the wind was where'd it go? The higher I went, the windier it was. So it just started going a little crazy, my drone, that is. This view is this is going south. So this is downtown Negril. Let's see. And that kind of just gives you a sense of like what Negril looks like right now. Hold on, let me see what gets you another one. All right, yeah, got another one here for you. Sorry, it takes a while to get this stuff on the screen here. Which one is this? There we go. All right, so this is again north, like looking north. This is Norman Manley Boulevard here. This is Negril Beach Club. That is Omega Medical. That's Negril Hospital. Fairly normal day, looking day here in Negril, overcast day. And then I'll get you one of the beach. And this will just show you travelers. As you can see, people in the water, chilling, enjoying themselves. And you can see like we boarded up all of our windows. So this is upstairs. This is our conference room. This is the dive shop. This has been boarded up. This is our restaurant I was saying before. So we got like kind of every other panel thing going on here because we're still open, but this will be completely closed up, as well as the female and male bathrooms down here. And so all of this will be secured. And then along here, these are sandbags that we have. I doubt, as Brian was saying, we're going to have our storm surge will be 3 feet. So this is going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if the ocean sea came up here. Maybe not even, 3 feet. We've had it higher than that before, and it never came up here. So maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't imagine, at least according to what he's saying and the reports are saying, I don't imagine that the sea will be getting past here. But we have sandbags here anyway, just in case. You never know. And taking an abundance of caution. This is our gym here. This is all plyboard, and this is our family room, and this is our storage room, former spa, that we have everything boarded up there. So these are the precautions that we've taken so far. Let's see. Where do you steal the wood from? Which wood? All right, so that's kind of where things are for us right now. Like I said, well, I'm going to be streaming again. I'm going to put out another video tonight as well, so you guys can look out for that on just kind of where things are with the day, with the weather. Gonna test the live streaming equipment. Just learning from last year. Hopefully, we'll be good. You want me to come back later this evening? If things change, I wouldn't mind. Like, I have no problem with that. If things change, we still have a little bit of preparation to do here. Time is now 4 o'clock. I'm going to try to put that video together for you guys as well. And if there's any adjustments that I want to share with you, or updates that I want to share with you, I have no problem coming back and doing that as doing another live stream. I have no issue with that at all. I just want to make sure everything is here secure, and we're putting all the proper steps in place, procedures in place, in anticipation for tomorrow night when things really, really, really get going. So yes, so look out. Like I said, we are still doing the New York event on Sunday. As far as I'm concerned, I still have my ticket. Still, plans are going forward. If you are interested, you can sign up in the link below. And I will put it in let me see. I'll put it in the comment section. Again, it's a free brunch. This is being sponsored by Victoria Mutual Building Society. This is a collab that we're doing together. And that'll be on November 1st at 12 p.m. at a restaurant in Manhattan. So sign up for it. Would love to meet you, any Throppers out there. But you just got to put your name on the list, and that's it. We'll send you an email, and you'll get all the details on it. ThropX is still happening. So I know we're pretty much, we only got a handful of tickets left, which is crazy. So still happening. If you still want to buy tickets for ThropX, you can. If you want to buy virtual tickets, you can do that as well. Thank you all for joining this live stream. Have a few things to do that I want to get out the way before the sun goes down over here. I will be back within 24 hours. I would do another live stream and keep you all updated. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you all so much for your well wishes. For the Jamaicans who are watching this and are seeing this, do everything that you can to prepare to stay safe. Don't take any unnecessary risk. If you've been told to evacuate, please evacuate. It's the best thing that you can do for yourself, for your family, and anybody that cares about you. And for first responders, you don't want to be one of those people who put themselves in harm's way, that are causing other people to risk their lives to save and to help you. And if we can avoid these situations from now, let's do it. Let's be smart. Let's put the egos aside. And we're in this together. We just got to keep thinking that and be a team player. Please, please, please be a team player in all of this. Get your rest tonight. We have a long Monday night into Tuesday afternoon. It's a long haul. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be violent. And we want to prepare ourselves mentally. We want to prepare ourselves physically. So get your rest, hydrate, eat well today. Spend some time with your loved ones, and hunker down. This is going to be a long one. It's going to be the longest one. This is historic. This is going to change Jamaica after this. It's going to change Jamaica by all reports. And again, I don't mean to say this to scare anybody, but I just want people to take this extremely, extremely seriously. This is a life-threatening event, and I want all of us to get out of this and get on the other side of this. Peace to you all, and I will see you all on the next stream very, very shortly. Thanks again for joining, everybody. Peace. Throp here again. As you're probably hearing, Jamaica is on an unprecedented economical tear, and I know many people are interested to learn how they might be able to buy property in Jamaica, move here, or even start a business. Enter ThropX. This is my annual Jamaica investment conference hosted at Travelers Beach Resort in Negril, Jamaica. If you're even considering moving to or investing in Jamaica, this is the best low-risk opportunity to do your due diligence and network with the very people driving the country forward. This event brings together a group of hand-picked, trusted, top-of-their-field individuals, the best developers, contractors, real estate pros, lenders, and government partners, all under one roof to help you make your move. This is very much an action-focused premium conference experience geared towards empowering you with the tools and team necessary to create your Jamaica dream. We've partnered with the Tax Administration of Jamaica to help you get your TRN and even open a bank account, all conveniently located on conference property. One of the most popular parts of the conference is the real estate tour. It's the best way to understand Jamaica's real estate market, seeing and experiencing properties firsthand so you can compare apples to apples. Another incredibly valuable part of the conference is the people you will meet. Attendees have been some of the most dynamic, inspiring individuals I have met doing incredible things with their lives. As always, this year will be fun, educational, and actionable, giving you the tools, insights, and connections to invest, build, and move to Jamaica. For more information, please visit thropx.com and join our mailing list.